In this week's episode of Calendaring Happiness, we're taking on clutter. If you've got a bit too much clutter in your home and you'd like to make space for some new things in your life, and if you want to see something really embarrassing from my life, stick around. Hi, I'm Melissa Ashwood, and in this episode of Calendaring Happiness, we're still in the month of home, and we're looking at ways to calendar more happiness at home. Specifically in this episode, I want to tackle the issue of clutter. And a clutter is something that a lot of us struggle with, especially more creative folks end up having piles and piles of things everywhere. And really clutter, you've heard the phrase like, get rid of the clutter and make some space in your life. Well, I think it's more constructive, especially for people who are creative, to think about what do you want to make space for in your life? Do you want to make space for having a couple people come over to study? Do you want to make space for having a dinner party? Do you just want to make space for walking into the room when you've been out for the day and have nothing on the countertop so you can just put your stuff down, or maybe just sit on the couch and have a clear spot in front of it? Think about the kind of space that you want in your life. And in this month's tool at calendaringhappiness.com/home, you can pick up the toolkit for creating space. Now, I told you that I'd share something embarrassing with you, so let's go. I want to show you the nicest room in my house. And I'm not even kidding. This is a beautiful room with an ocean view, almost 180 degrees. And you'll see as we walk in that it also has about 180 degrees of boxes as well. This is what we're doing with the most beautiful room in our home at the moment. Now, I think that when you're tackling something like this, it's really important to wear a pretty fabulous blingy dress. So we've done that as well. Now, this room is an artifact of us having moved from Pennsylvania to Los Angeles almost 9 months ago at this point. And so I really wish that this room was already ready to go and done. But the thing that, even though I said it was super embarrassing because, who has this in their home? The part of it that makes it okay for me, and the reason that it's still here, is because I time boxed our move to know that this was the last room that we were going to tackle. So when I do tackle this room, I'm going to do 3 things. The first thing I'm going to do is sort all this stuff so that it is in its own different kind of pile. I always believe in making a big problem into a smaller problem because they're much easier to tackle. And if you'd like to find out even more tips about how I'm going to tackle this room and maybe even see some video of me doing it to see the before and the after, you can find that in the calendaringhappiness.com/home toolkit, because I've got a great decluttering tool for you to create the kind of space that you want in your home. Remember, it's not really about being perfect. You can see that I'm not perfect. Hopefully that means for you that you don't have to be perfect either. And none of that will stand in the way of us having the happiest year of our lives that we can calendar and that we can create so that we can have our happily ever after right now. I'll be back next week with a new dress, and we'll be tackling the home topic of having a clean home.